is Laffy, and we're doing Unit 7, Lesson 5 today. So we're talking about negative numbers. I can explain and use negative numbers in situations involving money, and you can use negative numbers in different contexts. So the warm-up is the notice and wonder. It comes and goes. So it's showing a chart like the activity. You do chores, the amount 30, babysit my cousin 45, buy my lunch, that's a negative number, get my allowance is 15, and buy a shirt is 1869. So what I'm noticing is that if I do something to earn money, it's a positive. If I buy something, it's negative. And if I do something that neither spends money or earns money, then it's $0. So one thing you might wonder is how much did I make and what do I have? Do I have more that I made than what I spent? So let's move on to number 2. The manager of the concession stand keeps records of all the supplies that she buys and all of the items she sells. The table shows some of her records for Tuesday. So which items did she sell? So she sold, there's a negative 58 here. So she sold 58 donuts because she has 58 less donuts. She sold hot dogs. And she sold apples. So that would be what you write for that. She sold donuts, hot dogs, and apples. How can we interpret negative 58? All right, so negative 58 is the amount sold. How can we interpret negative 10.35? That is value in dollars. So she spent $10.35, so it's money, on 3,000 straws. And then number 4, on which item did she spend the most amount of money? Did she spend? So you can see here, she spent, so it's a negative number, she spent $116.87. Okay, so we're going to 5.3. A vending machine in an office building sells bottled beverages. The machine keeps track of all of the changes in the number of bottles from sales and for machine refills and maintenance. This record shows the changes for every 5-minute period over 1 hour. Why might a positive number mean in this context, and what about a negative number? So take a look at the chart. So let's see. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Erase that. And I'm going to switch over to my paper view. And go ahead here. So, all right. So, which items did she sell? Oh, 5.2. Drinks for sale. What might a positive number mean in this context? What about a negative number? So a positive number would be that they added bottles to the machine. And what about a negative number? That would mean that bottles were dispensed or purchased or removed somehow. Right? So either somebody bought them or somebody took them out of the machine. So bottles removed. Number 2, what would a 0 in the second column mean in this context? So zeros here would mean there was no activity. No one added, no one removed. Any bottles, right? So no activity. That's what this means. No activity. Which numbers, positive or negative, result in fewer bottles in the machine? That would be negative. At what time was there the greatest change to the numbers of bottles in the machine? How did that change affect the number of remaining bottles in the machine? So if you look here, the greatest change, positive or negative, would be here. So we could say the greatest change was 850 to 854, and 24 bottles added. Okay, and then at number 5, at which time, 805 or 825, was there a greater change to the number of bottles in the machine? Explain your reasoning. So a positive 12 and a negative 12, there's still a change of 12 items. So what they're trying to get you to see is, even though it's the amount of change, not necessarily how many bottles were in there. So we're saying there was the same amount of change. Because in one case 12 were added, and in one case 12 were deleted. And then number 6 says the machine must be emptied to be serviced. If there are 40 bottles in the machine, when is it to be serviced? What number will go in the second column in the table? So you're going to put a negative 40, so that you need to take all of those bottles out when it is to be serviced. So that would be a negative 40 there. All right, moving on to, well, that's it. So are you ready for more? We'll go in Seesaw, and you need to do the practice problems. I'll post the answers for the practice problems tomorrow, and the cool down will be in Google Classroom. Okay, hope you guys are doing well, and thank you for watching.